dropped Jude off at daycare this morning. On my way back, I had some errands to run, and so many things went wrong, as they sometimes do, and it just took such a long time, and I came home in such a bad mood. But today's a painting day, so I made myself a really good cup of tea to decompress and get myself back in that creative, inspired mindset, and it helped. If you catch a glimpse of the painting on my easel, that's the one that I worked on last time I painted, which I think was a couple of videos ago, and I didn't like how it turned out. It just wasn't what I had in my mind, so today I'm going to paint over it in hopes to get what I have in my head out on that panel. Sitting down to prepare my palette, I love this step. It does take time, but I wouldn't speed it up for anything. I've really learned to appreciate this step. I love the sound of scraping off old paint and the sounds of my palette knife hitting my wooden palette. Lately, I've been having about 1 day a week to paint, so the paint does dry a bit on my palette between sessions. Sometimes the paint's good and I can use it, like if I just break the dried skin of the paint off. Though if it's clumpy or it's just not moving the way that I want it to because it's getting dried out too much, then I'll scrape it off and I'll just get a fresh paint pile going. For my painting mediums, I use oleo gel that I brush mix into paint. It's really nice. It makes the paint kind of fluffy because instead of it being like an oil, it's a gel. So it makes the paint move across the panel easily, but without thinning it out like linseed oil would. Instead, it makes the paint thicker, like fluffier. It's really cool. It's a really cool medium, and if you're an oil painter, I recommend trying it out, oleo gel. I also use linseed oil too, but I don't really use that in my painting. What I do is I'll have it in my palette cup, and I only use it to clean off my brush while I'm painting. I mostly wanted to change the color palette of this painting. Before I painted it kind of brown with red buildings, and the sky goes into more of those blues and yellows, but I wanted to capture that quick moment that sometimes happens either right at dusk or right at dawn, where the city has the same colors of the sky, and there isn't really that big separation between land and sky, speaking about like color and value wise. So I shifted the colors more to being blues, pinks, and purples. And then I wanted the light to feel more tangible. So where there's light running down the street and in the windows and the skies, I used a palette knife a lot to apply the paint in a lot of those areas, which gives a lot of this really gorgeous texture. I really like like how this painting turned out. I'm really proud of myself for being able to get this idea out, and it was just really fun to paint. I used to not like cleaning my brushes, but again, I treat it now just like another task that I can do slowly and enjoy. It helps me decompress and I think about what I just did, and I let my mind wander and think about new images that I want to paint. So now it's kind of like a pleasant thing that I like doing, washing brushes. This week I spent a lot of time doing computer work, and I found if I do it outside, it's the best, the most enjoyable. So for example, I added a section to my print shop website showcasing the quality behind how the prints are made that I sell. I am so proud of my prints that I make. They are the best, just like top tier, awesome. They are museum quality. They have been rigorously tested right beside the original, so they look just like the original painting. It's amazing. And I chose this most luxurious thick paper for them, and it's really special because it has this subtle satin finish to it, so it really gives the appearance of a varnished painting. And then the inks are just the best. They're able to get the subtleties of my paintwork, and they're archival, so it's just superior. I am so proud of my prints, and it feels so good to be able to explain why I'm so proud of them and have that all up on my website now. And look at this, a happy customer sent me this photo of the Alchemist table print that is now hanging in her bedroom, and it looks gorgeous. It makes her room have that super interesting quality to it. I love it. I'm really excited for next week. I'm going to be working on a commissioned painting, which will be fun, and also be working on something else with prints.